to a brand new episode of Gabby AF. I'm super excited. We just launched my YouTube and this is my first episode. So I was like, I have to come in strong. If, we're launching a YouTube, we're going to get some new content, we're making things exciting. So I had to bring in the big guns. She's a best friend to me. Like I might not be her best friend, but she's one of my best friends and I love her and you guys love her. And that is Miss Chelsea Green. Hello, Chelsea. Welcome to Gabby AF.
Hi, bestie. I didn't know this was episode number 1 on YouTube.
It is episode 1 on YouTube. So your beautiful face will be everywhere. And I was like, I kind of have to hit it out of the park. And I don't know who else could really do that for me except you at this point in my life.
So honored. The fact that you picked me, most likely because I have word vomit, but also because we're besties. I love this.
You've actually been the most highly requested on socials when I tweet about anything, because I always tweet about your gear because I think you're crushing it. And then they're like, when is Chelsea coming on the podcast? You have to talk to Chelsea. I feel like you guys would be friends. And I'm like, little do you guys know, we're longtime friends. We are cool as we've ever been. I'm like, we talk on the down low, we hang out, we're cool. I had to get her on the podcast, but I had to save her for this epic moment. So yeah, you were highly requested by all my fans.
I can't believe that I love that. So here we go. Here I am. And I made it on here all the way from Aspen, Colorado. Yeah. That's why if anybody sees this and they see they're like, wow, she's really wood and stuff. I'm in a hotel in Aspen.
It's amazing. I'm actually honored that you've taken the time for me because you were in Peru. You were just in Peru taking pictures all over the place, photo shooting. By the way, I don't know who takes your pictures, but they're crushing it. I need somebody like that in my life because no one takes good pictures of me. And now you're in Aspen, just living the dream. I mean, you're everywhere right now.
It's a lot. I'm very tired. My husband and I were supposed to go on a vacation next week and we both were like, absolutely not. The vacation needs at our home, sitting on the couch with the dogs because I cannot take another plane, especially after the global outage. I cannot. I need to sit on my couch and relax. And I mean, Peru was absolutely amazing, but let me tell you something. That was like a 26-hour travel day.
No, thank you. No, I can't do it. I literally don't know how you guys do it because then you fly out for SmackDown every week and you're all over the place. And obviously, that took a toll on your match on SmackDown on Friday, which you weren't very happy about. And nobody really understands, Chelsea.
Well, I tried to say that and I'm so glad that you bring this up because people don't understand. I tried to say that. I told them I was dehydrated. I was jet lagged. I climbed 2 mountains.
That's a lot of mountains.
2 in 3 days. Yeah, one was 8 hours. So please, as if I needed to get in the ring and have a match with Miss EST.
No, and I mean, I thought your spray tan was great. I know you weren't happy with it. You also mentioned about that. I worked at a tank salon for 3 years. So if you ever need the hookup, I got you on that, by the way. But yes.
Thank you. I also worked at a tanning salon for years upon years. So I love that for us. Again,
we're basically the same person, except, you are Chelsea Green and I'm not. But maybe one day I'll get to, the statute of where you are, because I've said this day in and day out, and it's not because I love you and it's not because we are friends, but you are the most entertaining thing that I see on my screen every single week. And I've said it, I could pull up the documents of me saying it every time. But even what you're doing, I don't know if you saw just what happened on socials today, Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, you started a whole, back and forth now because you were complaining and it's hashtag justice for Chelsea. I think we need to get that trending because Chelsea, there needs to be justice for you. I feel like you've been kind of wronged in what's been going on so far.
Well, and look, right now I understand that the Raw lovers are kind of doing this push Selena thing. We're going to give her her moment. We're going to have her moment. But I mean, justice for Chelsea has trended on and off now for 6 months, and I love that. Yeah. I love it so much. I'm going to just continue to trend once a week or twice a week until the end of time, until they give me what I want. And I think that that's what Nicholas the Prickles and Pierce really fear.
Is it?
They fear me. I know that.
I mean, I would fear you, but I also think Justice for Chelsea has like a better ring to it if you're talking about like how things just like roll off the tongue a little bit better. I do feel like that kind of sounds good. And I think that should be trending kind of always. And, you know, you've kind of butted heads with Pierce a little bit, and now you got to deal with Aldis. Do you prefer one to the other, or is it just they're both kind of rubbing you the wrong way at this point?
No, they're definitely both rubbing me the wrong way. However, at least Pierce shows up to work. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
even get a hold of privilege. I'm out here knocking on doors and nobody's answering. Like Nick always answer or Pierce always answered. So that's kind of my gripe right now with Nick Aldis. And
Interesting.
obviously, I've made that clear on social media. Clearly sees what's going on. So I'm just filing all this in my little evidence folder, and I'm gonna bring it to HR when the time is
Interesting.
right.
I mean, I know you're close with Mickey James. You guys have a good friendship. Like, I'm sure she's not going to be too happy to hear about you, you know, bad mouthing her hubby a little bit. But hopefully, she's not listening to this episode, even though she probably is. So, you know, that might make things a little weird.
I I didn't necessarily think about that when we were talking about this. So we'll move on for now and we'll just put a pin in that and we'll pretend that nothing was said here in Aspen.
Listen, you are going to spill the tea with me because it's like two best friends talking. So sometimes this is going to happen, but you know, I'm looking out for you always. We're not bad mouthing anybody here, but you have to also be honest and stand up for yourself, Chelsea, at the end of the day, because you are a superstar.
Well, actually, I'm not just a beautiful, pretty, glamorous, rich superstar. I'm also a confident,
Yes, yes.
strong woman who's going to stand up for herself and take no sh
You could
exclamation mark
curse on here
t.
too if you want. I'm from Jersey. I curse all the time. If you want to use the real word.
I know, and I collect little sassy Jersey
You
girls. So
you exude Jersey. Like, this is also, I it blows my mind that you're not from Jersey and you're married to someone from Long Island. Like, you exude Jersey to me so much, and I think that's why I love you so much. Like, if you came here and spent a weekend with me in Jersey, people would just be like, "Oh, yeah, she's from here." Like, that's the attitude that is, because that's the attitude that you have.
I really, I do know that, and I do agree with it. And when I say I'm from Canada, people are like, "Hold on,
Makes no
what
sense.
Canada?"
It's like you were just shipped there, and we were like, "You're from here," but you were shipped from Jersey before you went there. So I might have to talk to your parents about that, because something was off. Something happened. I'm not really sure, but
It's giving Italian Jersey girl, and I
yes.
love
Oh my
that.
gosh, yes, 100%. It's just funny. I know we were talking about SmackDown a little bit, and I mean, I love kind of the pairing with you and Piper right now. That's kind of something for me that I love to see, because I'm a big fan of her as well. And it's so weird that it happened as like organically as it did, in the sense of like no one really expected it to be such a good pairing as it was, or maybe as entertaining as it is. And you guys have said like you're coming for those tag titles. So what's it like working with her? And, you know, how confident are you that you guys are going to get those titles?
Well, I mean, I've been confident since the minute I met Piper that we were both going to go somewhere. And that goes way back to working in Stardom in 2015 and 16
Mm-hmm.
when we lived together in an apartment in Tokyo, Japan. So I knew she was going to go somewhere. I obviously had faith in myself.
Right.
So us as a pairing just makes sense. To the rest of the world, totally understand why they were like, what? And why they may think we have built this friendship. But we already had this friendship. Like, I absolutely love being paired with my little Scottish thistle spicy margarita, beautiful, beautiful pea. She is such an amazing person inside and out. We honestly are like sisters. I mean, we travel together, we hang out together. I text her on my off days. I think that's exactly what you need to be a cohesive and successful tag team. Whatever that kind of like bond may look like, you need to have some sort of friendship and connection. And so that's what we have. So I mean, moving forward, I have no like worries about us at all. I think it's just a matter of time. Right now, of course, Alba and Isla are killing it. I'm excited to see where they go and what they do with the tag team titles. But I think what I would really love is to have a nice little feud with
Mm,
Alba and Isla. I'd love to win championships off them. And then I would like to do double duty and head over to, maybe TNA if we're seeing a crossover, steal their tag team titles, maybe head over to
why not?
NXT and there Jakara and Lash. Like the world is our oyster when it comes to me and Little Miss P.
I love that you mentioned this because you're basically hosting the show for me because I was going to get into the TNA and NXT stuff because obviously you're no stranger to TNA and wrestling a lot of the women there, and these crossovers with NXT have been super exciting. Like I've loved everything that they're doing, and it's making both products better in my opinion, and it's just cool to see the back and forth and it's just opening opportunities for wrestlers on both platforms. So it's just a win-win situation. But obviously you are someone who's had the experience in TNA. If you were to go to NXT and make a crossover, who are you having your eye on for a match? I know you said for the tag titles, but if it was singles, Chelsea Green, who would you love to, have that platform with at TNA?
I mean, Gabby, I obviously want to beat Jordan
Yes.
Grace. I obviously want my Knockouts title back, but what I really want, like I want that. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I want that. I'll I'll say it until the cows come home. But what I really want is to go back to NXT. Shawn Michaels, listen up. And I want
She's
to
definitely listening.
win what was always supposed to be mine, which was that NXT Women's Championship. I want to take that championship right off silly little Roxy.
Yeah.
Okay? She is she is out here, really being a menace to society. And I was this close, and nobody gave me a rematch. So that's what I want to invoke a rematch clause. I don't know
Mm,
that we have one, but we will make one. Once Sir Nicholas the Prickles answers his phone, we will make one. And I want to go back to NXT and I want that NXT title because let me tell you something. There's nothing as like angering as getting to the main roster and never having won that NXT championship and knowing that you might never be able to go back there
that's
and
so
get it.
interesting. Yeah, that's like an interesting point because you didn't get the rematch for that and you did go there for it. So it's like imagine you get that and then get to face Jordan and winner takes all. You get both the titles. I think that's only fair for you at this point. I mean, you're doing the work. You're traveling all over the world and then still performing every week. Like that's a lot to put on your shoulders, Chelsea. And you want the tag team titles too. Just give you all of it at this point.
Someone has to do it. And if I'm going to be the superstar that does it, honey, I will be the superstar that does it.
It's amazing to me also because like I could see it for you, Chelsea. Listen, I have your action figure right next to me. It was my first birthday present of any action figure I ever got, and someone gave it to me. So obviously, I have it here for you. You look great in it, by the way, Chelsea. It looks amazing.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
you mentioned Jordan, obviously someone you've had history with. How proud of you? Proud of Jordan are you really, like the strides that she's making coming in the Rumble, she's just such a massive beast right now and everything that she's doing, her look, her matches are crushing it, she's the champion. You've had a lot of experience with her. What's it like almost being in a match with Jordan and then as a person as well having that relationship with her?
I mean, I've been friends with Jordan for so long. I've really watched the glow up that
Mm-hmm.
she's had. We both wrestled at All In, we both wrestled at
Mm-hmm.
Impact, and then to witness her, and she surprised me in the Royal Rumble. I did
Oh
not
my
know
god.
she was going to be there. It was the greatest surprise. Look, I was absolutely jealous. Do I wish I got that opportunity when I was Laurel Van
Mm-hmm.
Ness in Impact? Oh my gosh. I would have killed to have that opportunity. But to see a
Right.
friend get it and someone so deserving because she's giving, she's talented, she's strong, she's everything a female wrestler should be. She does moves nobody else tries. She's like a daredevil. I love it. And now it just makes, I think, myself, all the women on the roster, and the fans really excited for this upcoming Royal Rumble next January because it's like, well, now the doors
Right.
really are open. We've seen little glimpses. We saw Mickey come back with the title. We've seen legends come back, but this, I don't know, man. This is different. This is someone who had never stepped foot in WWE, walking through those doors, wearing that championship, walking into the ring and facing our top superstars. it was like a really, really cool moment in history and just another glass ceiling that we've now shattered. That's what
Yeah.
I'm excited about. And I love that it was my friend
Yeah,
that got to
no,
do it.
it's amazing. And I've said this because I've been in a teenage locker room and I've kind of been around, and like the support that the women have for each other is something that people stereotype women to be like catty and like not really wanting to support each other. And just from all the experiences I've had in meeting you and so many other women, like it's so not the case. Like you guys really want each other to do well, because when others do well, it only helps the brand for women in pro wrestling right now. And like you all, no matter what brand it is, you like you're excited and you tweet about it and you like want it to be better because it just makes it more exciting. And I love that. And you've always been that kind of person. And people do that for you as well. Like when you came back, I felt like that support was epic. Like I mean, you are such an inspiration in that sense, because look at what you're doing when you came back from what you've been doing and you've done it all on your own. So, I mean, it's nice to have that support. And I feel like as much as social media is, trolls and terrible people, you guys are good about really, really wanting to put each other up, which is cool to see.
I mean, it's amazing that we're in this time, and I don't know if we always were or weren't. I've always been very much a girl's girl. I love
Mm-hmm.
supporting my girls. I will never not support. I don't care. I don't care, what level they're at, what company they work for, what storyline they have. Like, I'm going to support my girls. But I really think we're in this like very unique time where everyone's just so open about the fact that like women's wrestling, we are all
Yeah.
friends. We do
Yeah.
get along. We hang out in the locker room. We travel together. We go out for dinner together. We have group texts, and it doesn't matter, again, what company you work for, what level you're at. Everyone is friends. We have all put in so much time to be here. And at the end of the day, we all have one common goal, and that is to make the
Right.
product better, to kind of outshine anything the men could ever do, because that's what we want to do as women in any sport. And I'm very grateful that that's kind of the time that we're at, 2024 in wrestling. It's just like support
Yeah,
or get out.
I agree with you 100%. And I think it's so cool you mentioned, like, obviously, other companies and people that you're close with, because I originally, I think, not originally met you, but when we first, like, really started chatting, it was because I did a special podcast or whatever with you, Britt Baker, and Deanna Prazo, because you guys are like a trio. Everyone knows you're very close friends, which I think is so cool. And you were all at different places in your life when I did that special, which is crazy because it was like years ago, where like I think you were like taking over the indies. Deanna was with TNA, and obviously Britt's in AEW. And like it's so crazy how much has changed since then in the landscape of what's happening. Because now obviously your two girls are together in AEW, not working together yet or
Yeah.
facing each other yet. But, Britt actually just made her return after like that terrible injury. So I just wanted to ask you a little bit about, I know it's one of your best friends. Like, did you know that she was coming back? Like, were you a good support system for her, obviously going through the injury that she had? Because she did open up a little bit about it. And really, it was much more severe than people had even realized. And she came back looking like unreal and amazing. So, talk a little bit like how proud of you are of your friend, and how excited are you to see her back?
Well, she is very much an introvert at home, and
Mm.
although she lives 5 minutes from my house, she doesn't leave her house for me to see.
Oh
So
my
I can't speak
gosh.
much on that. But I'm always there for my girlfriends, no matter what. And I think like that's the beauty of having a good support system is you can always text
Mm-hmm.
me. I can always text you if you ever need something. When she was going through that, it was like Deanna and I were like, okay, do you need us to come here? Do you
Right.
need us to help you at the house? Do you need and that is also, so we all live close together, me, Deanna, Britt. And so like when I am stuck at the airport, when I break an arm, when
Mm-hmm.
I whatever it is that happens, I'm always texting them. They're always, Deanna will go let my dogs out, things like that. I just think it's so important, especially in kind of it's a very public job, but it can be, you can feel very alone because you're traveling a lot, because you're working really hard, you're not maybe seeing your friends and family as much as you want to. It's really important to have that support system. So that's the good thing about having my girlfriends and Britt having us is whenever she needs us, whenever she needs that support, she
Yeah,
can lean
no,
on
that's
us.
amazing. I mean, a solid support system, I feel like, is everything because mental health is so important in this kind of game. Obviously, physically, emotionally, but you have to have those people that kind of relate to you if you're expressing yourself about struggles. Because sometimes, I don't mean to say normal people, but like normal people, if they're not in it with you, probably don't get it in the same way where like they would.
Well, my bridal
Mm-hmm.
party was, I think, 12 girls, 12 of my absolute ride or dies, seven of which were, or eight of which were my girlfriends from Canada, which I have been best friends with since some birth,
Mm-hmm.
some fifth grade. And the other half was my wrestling girlfriends. And you're so right. I talk to my ride or die since I was born girlfriends every
Yeah,
day. But when you're getting canceled on the internet, or you messed up a move in the ring, or you're injured and it's not something that they maybe understand, there's your
right.
wrestling girlfriends. And that's so important. And that's why I say, like, just being a girl's girl in the locker room and getting along with everybody and supporting everyone is such a big deal, because if I didn't have my wrestling girlfriends, it would be very,
Right.
very lonely.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine because, like, even just normal everyday things that I talk to my friends about, I couldn't imagine like them not being there for me because, sometimes you just need that kind of support to get you through. So I'm glad that you have that. And I feel like every female that I do talk to on my podcast kind of has that niche group for them. And it's such a beautiful thing to see. And by the way, Chelsea, you can call me. Like, I'm here too. I might not get it, but I get it.
Gabby, I'm going to. I am going to. And after we end this call, I'm going to pick your brain about whatever tan you have on, because you look
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
And I'm very pleased.
Well, I was also just in Sicily, so I got like black, but I got super, super dark. But this is also, I had a spray tan. I did a photo shoot this week because you're not the only one taking photos, Chelsea. You know what I mean? Some of us have to.
The world doesn't revolve around
I
me.
mean,
Okay, I know.
in your world it does, but my world
you.
has to revolve around me sometimes, Like, there's only so much I can do. I got to get paid too at some point. You know what I mean? I've been studying your poses though on Instagram because you like got it all down. You're like, chilling. Is Matt the one taking your pictures? Because that's what I need to know.
No, if I had Matt take my pictures, we
Okay.
would be divorced, okay? He takes the worst photos of me. He takes the absolute worst photos of me. And whenever you see those TikTok trends, like the photos I take of my husband
Yes.
versus the ones he takes of me, that is my problem. I usually rely on girls in the locker room, self timer, or my sister, because my
Yeah.
sister I can yell at. I can tell her to take 20, 30 photos. I can tell her to run in the middle of the road like I did the other day in Aspen. Risk your life
Oh
for the
yeah.
photo, okay? Because I'd risk mine.
Anything's worth a good photo. I don't really care. And I'm that person who I'll take the most amazing photos of you. And God forbid you do one good one of me back because like I want to make sure you look good. I got the angles. I got to contort my entire body. I'm like pulling a muscle to make sure you look good. But God forbid someone does it for me. It never happens. So I'll take good pictures of you, Chelsea, when we hang out. I'll be in Cleveland. You have to hang out with me. I'm just saying.
Oh, I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, SummerSlam is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait.
I mean, you're definitely going to be doing a lot at SummerSlam. You're Chelsea Green. At this point, it's like I can't imagine. You're not everywhere.
No,
Like it's going to be epic.
I'm always doing the most. And even when I'm not doing the most, it looks like I'm doing the most. And that's, perception is reality. Okay. So I will be doing the most. I'm going to be bringing all my outfits. I'm going to be filming a new little show with WWE. We're very
Ooh,
excited. So hopefully that'll launch the week of SummerSlam, and I will be posting about it nonstop. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. But the best part of these weekends for me is I get to do the kind of community champions, community
mm-hmm.
relations things, where I go out and I meet kids and I meet families, and I meet organizations and programs that support underprivileged families, and it's just like the best weekend. It's such a
Yeah.
feel good moment to be able to give back to the community. And going into WWE, I always wanted to be a part of things like that. And so to now be in this position where I'm basically on every appearance that is the community champions, it's
No, it's
amazing.
amazing. And I always say, like, how much WWE gives back and does for the kids and like everything is one of the reasons I love that company so like this company so much. And it's you guys always are like spearheading that kind of stuff. So it has to be, I feel like it's a big reason wrestlers always talk about why they want to be a part of the WWE in that sense, because they do it like nobody else. And it's always such a good, feel good, no matter what, they revolve it around that kind of stuff. So it's really amazing to see. So I'm excited for you. That sounds pretty cool.
I know, it's awesome. I mean, between, Drew spearheading Special
Oh,
Olympics
yeah.
events and obviously got the Be a Star, and Sheamus is a big part of Be a Star. And then, yeah, the Canadians where I get to basically hand over money to these amazing organizations and programs. Like, it's just really, really fun. And it's something I've been waiting to be able to do. And finally, I'm here. I'm back at WWE. I get to do these fun things, and it's just a
Yeah, no,
privilege.
it's amazing. You're not only back, you're back and like crushing it. Like some people come back and it's like not the same that they wanted. They don't like stand out. And like that's why I always say like you're such an inspiration in the sense of like getting kicked down more than once or being prone by injury or just the bad luck of things like you've been through like the mill of bad things that can happen, and you always come back so strong and you're always somebody that people are talking about and you know how to do it. Like your entertainment aspect of everything is just like so far beyond so many other people, because that's what I like. I don't sit and watch wrestling to be like, what a move, and like, oh my god, they didn't do this right, or like that. Like I don't watch it that way. I watch it for emotional investment. I watch it because I enjoy it. I'm a newer fan, and that's just kind of how it's always been for me. And every time you're on my screen, I enjoy it.
Well, but I think like what you just said is exactly who I'm
Yes.
catering to, because I understand I understand the levels of fandom. But for me, and I have my sister who is only 13 months younger than me, so basically the same age as me. I like to bounce ideas off of her because I want to know, as a casual fan, in the sense that like you like the entertainment, you're not really invested in moves, or like you're not memorizing necessarily every single thing that's going on, you're just watching for the entertainment. I want to know what resonates with you. When I come out, what do you like? What do you
Right.
dislike? What do you think I should do better? What do you wish I did or wish I didn't do? And those are things like when I get back from a match and I look at my phone and my sister's like, "Oh my gosh, this was great." Or, the other day she was like, "You have to make sure that you tell everyone that you were jet lagged and you just did this and you were dehydrated." I was like, "You
It's
are
so
a
smart.
genius." And it's just like that. Those are people that I'm trying to entertain. And along the way, if the people who love the backflips and the moves like to be entertained by me, then I'm doing my job. But I know that in WWE there is a place for everyone, but you have to find
Yes.
that place. You're not nobody hands you that place. Nobody tells you what makes you special. I mean, yeah, there might be a couple people where
Yeah.
they've told them, but for the most, especially for us indie wrestlers, you're just trying to wedge your way in. You're trying to make a place, carve a little place that you belong in. And once I realized that character work and theatrics and entertainment was my place, I'm not gonna fix
Right.
what ain't broke. Like that worked for me, and I'm gonna stay on that trajectory as long as I grow and evolve in my character work and things like that. I think people will stay on the train, the Chelsea train, the Hot Mess
Oh, I love
Express,
that.
if you
I love
will.
that so much. I mean, obviously, you talk about wedging your way. Like a great example of that is look at what Joe Hendry's doing right now. Like this is someone who's been in the business for 11 years. He talks about grinding in the business, and like he's made it such a unique wedge for himself where you know who he is and he's not like anybody else because of this song and being this musician and like making it like there was a video package for him on NXT and he's doing a concert at Great American Bash. Like things like that, you can't help what's going to hit sometimes, but if you don't take the risks, you'll never
Yeah.
know. And you're always taking the risks. Oh, and by the way, you crushed it in the ring. That spot at Money in the Bank was what everybody was talking about, even though you didn't get the suitcase. Like, let's be for real. That was the highlight of the match to me.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. My gosh, I nearly broke my neck. I was nearly a paraplegic to win Money in the Bank, and I should have got a raise for that, and I will be filing that in my evidence
Add it to the
folder.
list.
But I mean, that's just it, right? Like, you don't you don't need everything. Nobody needs to hand you everything. You can take your moments. You can make things special and make things fun and make things unique. You just have to take a second to
Yeah.
think about them. Think about who you are and be true to your character and yourself. And I think that's why people do maybe not resonate with me, but like maybe just enjoy me, is because I don't stray from my character. I am who I am. I commit 100%. When I walk in those WWE doors, I am Chelsea Green, the professional wrestler. I am Chelsea Green, the WWE superstar. I am Chelsea Green, the, insert whatever you want to put, the Karen, the hot mess, whatever. And then when I get on the plane and I land in Orlando, Florida, and my foot hits that nasty chlorine smelling carpet, I am back to Chelsea Green, the dog mom, the cat mom, the Netflix lover, the popcorn
Yeah.
addict. Like, that's the thing. I just commit the minute I get to work.
Guys, warmer, sunnier days are calling. That means you're going on the beach, you're going to the pool, you're going to the barbecue, and you're going to want to look good in front of your friends and family. You got to fuel up with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. I know for me personally, everybody's like, Gabby, how'd you lose all that weight? How are you keeping it off? I could not have done it without Factor. I use the Protein Plus meals and they keep me in check, especially going to the gym and needing to beef up on all that protein. Like they are amazing. And I could not do it without Factor. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. I'm not stuttering, 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. And honestly, guys, healthy doesn't have to mean it doesn't taste good. You know me, I'm Italian. I'm not eating if it doesn't taste good. And Factor tastes amazing. And that's why I stick with it. And that's why I love it as much as I do. So now head to factormeals.com/GabbyAF50 and use code GabbyAF50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code GabbyAF50 at factormeals.com/GabbyAF50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Go do it now. GabbyAF50, GABBYAF50. So I love that. And it also portrays on the screen. And I feel like it's very similar to actually how you are as a person in your everyday life, which kind of helps because I do think you're very full of life and you have this kind of attitude and this sass without having to push it too far. Obviously not as extreme, I would say. I mean, I don't know, but maybe when we hang out, I'll know. But,
Yeah, you'll find out. Once a little dirty vodka martini.
Well,
then
I drink
maybe
tequila,
we'll see.
Chelsea. So we
I could do tequila.
okay. That's what we're doing then. Tequila and pizza. That's kind of what I do. So I don't know if you eat pizza or not. Probably not because you're ripped up. But
it has to be on like a Sunday.
Yeah, we can do it.
We can do it.
But is obviously your character work is what shines and is so impressive. I know even in your Instagram bio, it says like actor acting. Like obviously, is Hollywood something that you want to see in your future aside from the pro wrestling aspect of everything? Like, is that a goal for you in what you're trying to do? Like you want to be in movies, you want to be on TV as well?
It's definitely something I've dabbled in, and I've done some movies in Canada. I just did a Christmas movie that's coming out this year. Share that with you guys, but right now I don't have anything to share with you. It's a Christmas movie that's coming out in November, so I will let you guys know. But that is my passion. My passion is for sure the character work and acting and breaking a scene down. I've been in acting class for years now. I've just got so I've got a ways to go. If I do something, I want to give it my all. I want to be the best I can possibly be. Obviously, we're all perfectionists, but I just don't want this limbo. And my character work in WWE is a lot different than my character work in a film or in a commercial, and I'm sure of that. And so that's why I do like to go and train as an actor. And so I hope that happens for me in the future, and I hope when it does, people see the difference and people see the hard work I put in and everything. And I just don't think hard work can be rushed. And I did that movie, and I definitely felt a little out of my element. I felt like I had a lot of work to do. And so I just want to make sure that the next time that, I'm auditioning every week, but the next time I get a role, I really feel confident in my acting abilities. So, and that just takes time, and it takes me failing a million times or me laughing at myself on the screen in this new
I'm
Christmas
so
movie. Like, who
excited. Oh, I have to
knows?
watch it. I'm so excited. Who are your inspirations when it comes to like acting or someone you would love, like your dream to work with?
Okay, there's do you know who James
Yes.
McAvoy is? I love I love a character actor. I love like Uma Thurman in
Mm.
Monster. Oh, it
Charlize
was
Theron was,
Charlize
yeah,
Theron.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah,
Theron.
in Monster. I love Mad
Oh,
Max. I love yeah, I love Split, James McAvoy and Split. Like I really, really resonate with, and just I mean, I've always tried to emulate, I guess, those kind of characters. The ones that can show up to set looking absolutely stunning and then turn into just a nasty, nasty character. But at the end of the day, acting is acting, and I love it all. And I just try to make a backstory for whatever it is, whether it's Joe Schmo at the grocery store, whatever. And so I
yeah.
don't really, I think with acting, it's like you just have to take it as it comes until you have the ability and the resume to.
Yes. No, that makes total sense. And I feel like timing is everything too. Like it's all about you could be the best in the world, but if there's not that opportunity there yet, like it takes one time to change everything. So maybe it'll be the Christmas movie for you. Maybe everyone is going to be like, oh my God, I need her on a Netflix series tomorrow, every minute of every day.
Well, that would be the dream. And obviously with WWE
Oh,
moving to Netflix, I'm like, my fingers are crossed that we get these opportunities, even if it's just to audition, because auditioning is the
yeah.
hardest part of acting. That's what people don't realize. A lot of people are amazing actors, but terrible at self-tapes and auditions. And so that's obviously something I am practicing and doing over and over again. So who knows, maybe with this Netflix partnership, more opportunities
I'm
will
so
come our
excited
way.
about that, by the way. I think it's going to open an insane amount of viewership for WWE because like I talk about like I make my friends watch with me who aren't like diehard fans. They watch casually like because of me. And they were coming to me and like, did you hear it's gonna be like on Netflix? I feel like we can watch it now. It's gonna be like on Netflix. I don't gotta worry about it. And I'm like, that's the coolest thing because Netflix is that thing where it's like I'm gonna sit and binge this because I can and I'm bored on a Saturday or like a Sunday. So I'm super excited. I think it's like you on Netflix. I feel like people being introduced to you for the first time, they're going to be so excited.
I really can't wait. I mean, the same thing has happened to me. I've had so many friends and family and like old coworkers and things like that that are like, "Oh my gosh, Netflix." I mean, this is huge for
Right.
so many different reasons. I believe that we're going to be the first weekly live broadcast on Netflix. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is the correct fact,
That's
which
insane.
is crazy
Yeah.
because again, it's WWE making history. I mean, if you think that we've done
We'll
enough,
just
it's
keep
like, here we
going.
go.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yes. It's just like it's amazing. I mean, I thought it was amazing when WWE came out with their own network in 2000 and
Mm-hmm.
what, 14, 15, whatever it was. And now to be on Netflix, like I don't know that you can get any bigger, but catch me in
I
5
know,
years saying
right?
that again.
What are you binging on Netflix right now? Because that's how I really know somebody is like what you like to watch.
So I just finished rewatching all the Sex and the Cities
I've
again for
seen
about the
every episode.
17th time. My go-to nighttime show is definitely like an easy Gilmore
Mm.
Girls vibe. Something that just completely shuts my brain down. So on the road, it's Friends on TV or Gilmore Girls on Netflix. Obviously Bridgerton. Look, if I'm being honest, I
Yeah.
watch everything. Like I'm watching Lost with Matt. I'm watching Bridgerton by myself. I'm watching Sex and the City on airplanes. I'm watching Gilmore Girls at night. I'm watching every single Love
Wait,
Island and reality TV show that's ever known to
did you
mankind.
Love Island? I was going to ask you about Love Island because you feel like the girl I can talk to about Love Island. I have nobody to talk to Love Island about because it's insane. Like I want you to host Love Island. That's what I want for you.
Oh, same. And I have put that out there a couple times, but I will be continuing to put it out there. I mean, hosting was kind of my first
Mm,
love. I thought I didn't think I was going to be a good actor. So I was like, you know what? Instead of taking acting classes, maybe I could be a host. And now it's like, well, I
yeah.
public speak for a living. So, like, send me over to Love
Oh
Island.
my
I
God.
got
That would
them.
be, I mean, Ariana Madix has been killing it as the host, but honestly, like, I'm more of a Chelsea Green fan. I would take it. And if you were single, I would love to see you on it, but that's just, you're happily married, so we can't.
Oh my God, I would die. I'm Gabby. I'm in my 30s now. Look, I'm getting older. I
Please,
know it doesn't look
please.
like it, but she's in her adulthood era and she likes watching little
I
children on Love
they
Island.
are children. Like, do you not watch it and you're just like, holy shit, thank God I'm not dating anymore and I'm married?
Well, you know what I think? Thank God this wasn't around when I was
Oh my
24
God.
because let me tell you something. Everything happens for a reason. I would have been
100%.
on there. I would have got myself canceled. I would have made a fool of myself. I would have said stupid things because we none of us had a filter. And it would have been on TV for the rest of my life, and WWE would have never hired me because I would have looked like a
You think so?
dang
I
fool.
don't think so. I think you would have been like the Leah. I think you would have been the breakout star from it and like everyone would love you. You would come out with 1 million followers and then people would want you.
They, I did. I was approached by the
Mhm.
Bachelor producers uh, about a week before I met Matt, and then I met Matt, and I said no.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy to me
Yeah.
because I need to know. Because, by the way, you're only a year older than me and I'm still single. So if you're complaining about being in your 30s and single, this is my life, Chelsea. So I have enough stories that I could tell you where you're going to be like, thank God, because it's a struggle and the struggle is real. But like, obviously,
I you're my sister's age. My sister is single, and I I get
it's
it, and I'm
bad.
so thankful that I
Yeah,
am
you
married.
should be. I mean, how did you? And like, I know it's come out like Cody and Brandy introduced you and Matt to each other, right?
Yeah, they set us up on a blind date. I mean, I obviously Googled him, up on the media platform, knew everything about his family and friends, but yeah, we were set up on a blind date almost
That's crazy.
8 years ago.
How did you know? Like, I need to know because I pick the minds of people who are happily married. Because if you're not happily married, you play off that you're happily married. So, I mean, just saying. But you guys,
Okay, that's that is also true. First of all, like you when you know, and I that's so it's so silly, but it's just like you get
yeah,
along with the person. You don't it's so easy. It's so easy. The trust, the loyalty, the respect, it's easy. However, nothing
mm,
is easy. When they say that is work, it is. Like Matt and I have gone to couples therapy. Matt and I have been through some ups and downs, but at the end of the day, it's like, well, yeah, we've been through ups and downs, but like we're never
right,
gonna leave each
right.
other. Like I can't stand him
You guys
sometimes,
go
but we
at it
are
on socials with each
never.
other, by the way. Sometimes where I'm like, I want to know what it's like. What are they sitting in opposite rooms talking shit about each other on socials, going back and forth,
Sometimes he is driving in the car in the passenger seat, tweeting about me, and I don't know until I get to the gym and I'm on the treadmill. And I see
talking
it. I'm like,
shit, talking shit to the entire fan base about his wife? But I love that. I love that because if you don't have that,
yeah.
like the banter,
And
it's not worth it.
I couldn't be with somebody. If you sat at my dinner table, I'm sure it's a lot like yours. Everyone is making fun of each other. Everyone is yelling
Yes.
at each other. It is very loud, very obnoxious. I didn't get this word vomit from nowhere. Every single person in my
Yeah.
family has it. So I could never be with just like a submissive, passive man who didn't like
Oh my
have a
God. You're
playful spirit.
literally, this is what I say. Like, I need to come to you for dating advice because you are good. And this is what I say about myself. And I'm still out there flandering. Me and your sister should go out with each other because we're both.
Yes, you would have so much fun with my sister. Oh my gosh. WrestleMania. Here we come. WrestleMania in Las
Oh my
Vegas.
God.
Let's go.
Yes. Imagine that would be like kind of epic. I'll be the third green. I'll be the third green sister. I think Gabby Green kind of sounds good. I mean, I think we could handle it. But I'm also,
I like
what'd you say?
I like the
The
alliteration,
double
Gabby Green. I
G's.
like that.
Yeah, I was a journalism major,
Yeah.
Chelsea. I'm full of a lot of surprises, okay? I know my words.
Oh my God, you're not right there. You were also a big
I got
old
the big
brain
brain.
up
That's why my
there.
head's so big. This is what I try to tell everybody. I'm like, my hair's so long and my head's so big.
You
It's full of things.
why my forehead is so big because I've
You
got
don't
a
have a
big
big
brain in
forehead, I
there.
don't think.
Look, you know what? It is what it is. Love my big
People
forehead.
mention I have a huge chin. That's what I get hate for all the time, and I'm like, interesting.
You know what? You learn new things when you sign up for social media. Things you never knew you had, and you're just lucky enough to have a big old chin, and I'm lucky enough
Listen,
to have a
I'll
big old
just, it
forehead.
is what it is. I'd rather have big things than small things. I feel like that's a good thing, to be a fan of things that are big, it'll help at some point
Yeah.
for me, I'm sure. Um, but let's talk a little bit about Matt because obviously love the relationship you guys have. And I'm sure it helps that he's as crazy in the business as you are and as successful. Like he's crushing it in everything that he does. He's basically taking over everything he does. I see the tweets. You want him in the WWE. Like, what do you guys talk about that at home? Like, how I would love to see him back in the WWE and like maybe have a run as a mixed tag together. Is that something you guys kind of manifest into the world to kind of happen? I know that would be great for you.
I mean, I definitely want him back in WWE. We have had the craziest 2 years. I have been on the road so much. I've been so busy, and he's been the
Yeah,
busiest he's ever been. And so we're not even seeing each other that much, which is also crazy. But at the end of the day, like I know where his heart lies, and his heart lies with WWE. He always wanted to be a WWE superstar. He didn't want to be anything else.
right.
He didn't grow up wanting to be an independent wrestler. He didn't grow up wanting to be have some other job. He wanted to be a WWE superstar. He wanted to be Macho Man. He wanted to be the Hulk. He wanted to be Booker T. Like, I want him to finish out his career, however long that is. I mean, he is still young. He's only 38, or is he 39?
I could
He's
Wikipedia it
39.
if you need me to Wikipedia your husband's age.
Yeah, I'm like, whenever 85
I'm bad at
is, that's how
math.
old
That's
he
why
is.
I talk for a living.
I know, me too. He still has so much
Yeah.
time left. Like, I feel like he's like entered his prime now. So I just think that, and I can't speak for him, but at the end of the day, like I know that he wants to be at WWE, and I want him to be at WWE. Do I want to be his mixed tag partner?
Interesting.
I don't know. Uh, I'm not totally sure. He does amazing things with
Yeah.
Steph, so I can see him and coming together as a package, and me still staying on my own track. I could see him coming and us meeting up later. Like, who knows? But what I do know is that I just want to be on the road traveling with him again.
I know he's injured right now. Like, I know you're probably a huge support for him in that. Like, is there any updates on that? Is he
Oh yeah. Oh my God, he is so
awesome?
close to coming back. So close. Like, he is doing indie shows 3 times a week at least. He is back in the ring. He's cutting promos. He's doing little spots. He's easing back into it. But at the end of the day, like I keep telling him, do not rush. That's the beauty of being an independent contractor. You have all the time in the world. You can make your schedule. You can take that downtime to just really rehab and rest. So he's doing that as much as he can because he's a busybody. But he's going to be back very soon. He actually just filmed an amazing comeback video that I can't wait for
Ooh.
him to show you guys. The production value, like,
I love that so
insane.
much. We're gonna have to keep an eye out. I'm gonna be excited. I'll be just as excited, and you're gonna tweet about it because that's your man's, and you guys are super supportive, and I love it so much. But I like that. What were you saying? Sorry.
That I would
Of course.
always support.
I like that you almost are like, I don't even know if I want to mix with him because I feel like you're like, I'm doing my thing kind of right now. And, it's kind of cool to see because you are. And I mean, just even in the roster of WWE right now, with the champ being Bayley, like obviously your eyes are set on that at some point. I know your eyes are for the tag team titles for sure, but Chelsea as a singles, Chelsea Green, who's crushing it, like, how soon are we going to see you gunning for a Bayley in that title?
Well, I mean, everyone's very lucky that I didn't win Money in the Bank because now I can't fit that briefcase and hit the road straight to
Right.
Bailey. I'm very lucky, but We'll see. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided like what my future looks like
Interesting.
now. After taking that fall off the ladder, I'm still kind of figuring out my
Yeah.
options. You know what I mean? I might let little Tiffy time go for her shot and then go for the winner of that match. Like who
Interesting.
knows? All I know is that I've got outfits for the rest of the year
Chelsea,
planned.
you have the best gear, hands down, of anybody that I see on WWE. And I'll say that listen, I'm not trying to be a kiss ass, but I tweet about your gear more than anybody else's because you did like the leopard jumpsuit, which was a very ode to Jersey, by the way, which is why I loved it as much as I did. Can you give any like hints
It was great.
about any of your gear inspired for this year that you've already had mapped out? Like, is it like give us some inspirational hints?
Oh my gosh. Well, I honestly, so right now I probably have maybe 12 sets that I haven't worn, maybe 12 or 15 sets that I haven't worn that are sitting there. I've got the most beautiful set that I got made for WrestleMania in case I was added to a match or anything. So I may save that one for Las Vegas. It is so ridiculous, so outlandish, and so Chelsea. So good. But I am just like, I think what I love is just the fact that every single week I can kind of like wear something. I always stick to the one sleeve when I'm in the ring. I want people to be able to dress like me for Halloween if they want to, but it's always something different. I like to use different gear makers as well as different designers. I like to take all my designs off social media. If anyone ever draws something, I'll always use that as an inspiration. And I like that every single gear maker can make my gear in a way that they
Right.
see it. I think it's really fun. That's what keeps it kind of fresh. So I mean, I have every color lined up in the bank. I've got boots for days. I've got hats
Oh my
for
gosh.
days. But I just have to figure out when and
Right.
where to kind of wear everything. You know what I mean? I like to space different looks out and things like that. So we'll see. I do have two hats that two different people at work actually bought me. I've got a hat that Xavier Woods bought me. He found it in
Interesting.
Vegas. So I'm going to wear that coming up. And I've got one that Molly Holly bought me. She found it at a
Oh
truck
my
stop.
gosh.
And it's like an under the sea theme. So I'm going to be wearing those pretty soon. Which is always kind of exciting to like base gear off of a hat too. That's always like different. I can send a gear maker the hat and they can do something that
Yeah.
they see fit for that. So we'll see, Gabby. I mean, the world is my oyster when it comes to gear. As long as it's one
I
sleeve, I
love
will
that.
wear it.
You have sick gear and you rock the gear well. You know what I'm saying? Some people can be dressed to the nines, and if you don't rock it, like who cares kind of thing.
My gear inspires me. When I put a set of gear on, I am either feeling like a cute little romantic girl, or I'm feeling like a powerful dominatrix, or I'm feeling like super sexy and all red. Like I want to go balls to the walls with whatever that look is, because it just like gives me a little pep in my step when I do
Yeah,
that
I'm sure.
entrance.
Like, and I can't wait to see it. I listen, I tune in for you, Chelsea. And people are gonna think I'm literally just saying this because I have you on the show, but it's not true. I love it because I feel like if I were to emulate a wrestler, if I were to ever wrestle in my life, I would want to dress like Chelsea Green. Like maybe for Halloween, I'll be Chelsea Green.
You know what? That like it really means a lot to me because when I watched wrestling, there were just like there were certain people that they just stick
Yeah.
out to you. And it's just like, you know what? That's my person. Like that's the one. If I could be that wrestler, that's it. And for me, it
Kelly
was
Kelly.
when
Yeah.
Kelly came and wrestled Beth Phoenix in Victoria and wore the purple outfit. She wore the purple bra, she had purple gauntlets and purple little booty shorts, and I just was like, oh my gosh, you are to me, the perfect mix of athleticism and beauty. Some people want strength
Right.
and beauty. Some people want scary and badass. Some people want goth and, black, like whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is, I love that. So it makes me, when someone like dresses up as me or wears my hat or wears my skirt or says that, I'm like, oh my, I can't believe that's
Yeah.
me. Like, I can't believe I'm the WWE superstar that you're watching and you thought that I
Yeah.
was
I
cool.
mean, Chelsea, you are cool. By the way, you mentioned booty shorts. What did you think of Miss Liv Morgan's booty shorts on Raw with her little turn when she was in the stands that like went viral. I have to get your take on that. And since you're saying booty shorts, amazing.
So I love them. I basically own those exact pair, but low rise and I've had them since 2000 and honestly, I want to say 2010. My girlfriends make fun of me because they come out like once a year for a photo shoot and they're
Yeah.
like, here we go. The Hollister booty shorts that you should not be wearing. And Liv wore them. And I'm like, yes, sister. You wear those little jean
And
undies.
the
I
turn,
love them and I'm going to borrow them
turn
next.
she did talking about, you know, gorgeous girls, like blah, blah. I'm like, damn, Liv, I didn't even know. By the way, from New Jersey, that's why I love us. Like it's, you,
She was giving diva and that's
yes,
why
I
love
agree.
it.
What do you, by the way, I got to get your
Huge.
take on that whole thing and that love triangle. What's your take on that? Because you watch from, you know, SmackDown. I'm sure people talk behind the scenes. Like, what do you take from that whole triangle with Dom, Rhea, and Liv right now?
Look, my take is that I don't like to be the one who people are talking about, but honey, I will talk about people. And that is tea. That is tea, 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 tea. I love it. I am living for it. I want it to continue. It better not end at SummerSlam. I want this feud to go on for life so I can just keep it's like our own little weekly reality TV
that's why I
show.
love it. It's literally like watching Love Island where someone comes in and tries to steal the bombshell or like whatever. Like I love that shit so much.
Liv Morgan just Casa Amord Dom right out of Rhea Ripley's hands, and I just
man. But are they going to end up winning the money at the end? We don't know. We don't know what Dom's going. We don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, I know, and that's like the beauty of it. I will continue to tune in to find out.
I love you so much, Chelsea. You're the best. This has been like tea. I feel like we've just been talking, spilling tea. That's kind of what my goal is on every.
We're gonna have to do part 2 because we have so
and
much
we'll do it in person.
discuss.
I think like we'll sit down, have some drinks, dress cute. You know what I mean? I'll tell you some stories because I got some stuff I got to tell you too. Listen, I got stories.
Okay, I love this. No, I
judgment.
love this. We will absolutely.
I'm excited.
Do that. Tequila, soda, pizza, cute outfits,
and heels. Bring the hats too. I'll wear a hat if you need me to.
Of course. Just tell me what color and I'll be there with.
And get a good spray tan because I don't need to have a good tan and have you complaining that we can't take a picture because my tan is like this and yours isn't hyped up. You know what I mean?
No, you are absolutely right. And I would not show up to see you in person looking like Little Miss Ghost that I am right now.
You look beautiful. You're in Aspen. It's not like you're getting sun in Aspen right now, you know?
I'm trying to just be a natural mountain gal.
You're crushing it. You got it. You got it. This is my last question because I know you have to go because you're going to a rodeo today.
I'm going to take photos at a rodeo.
Okay, photos at the rodeo, which I can't wait to see them. I'm excited.
Stay tuned for my Instagram at 5:30.
5:30. Well, I mean, this won't come out exactly at this time. So they'll probably be on your Instagram by the time this episode comes out that they're going to watch it. So go to her Instagram at Chelsea Green and look at the photos and like them, obviously. I always end this question on my podcast for everybody. Because I like you to be on the podcast and look back on the question and be like, wow, did I actually do this? But what is 2024 by the end of 2024 look for Chelsea Green? What is it going to look like that last day before 2025 hits? And what is your goals, your aspirations by the end of this year?
So right now, Matt and I are building a house. So I'm hoping that, and it's so beautiful. We have this beautiful lot with big, beautiful trees with Spanish moss dangling off of it. So I'm hoping that by the time, New Year's comes, we will be halfway through the house. Seeing beautiful progress with that. We are just in the process of possibly adopting a little special needs puppy named Paisley. So I'm hoping that everything works out and we get little Miss Paisley, our third doodle. I really base like perfection in my life off of what happens at home. I don't really base it off of work. Obviously, don't get me wrong. I want to trend weekly. I want to look hot every single week. I want to win the title. I want to get a huge raise. I want to be rich and happy and everything. But at the end of the day, like if I just have this like beautiful home that I've built with my husband and my dream animals, that is more than enough for me. I am more than happy with that. So catch me January in my new house with my new puppy,
I
living my
love
best
that
life.
so much. Chelsea, do you know that I fostered 2 rescue dogs, because like I like to do that now that I like work from home and stuff, like I foster all the time. So I can't adopt yet because I can't afford it, but I foster because I love dogs so much and I love animals so much. So like I love that.
Oh, well, maybe you can help
Yeah.
me. Maybe you can help me because little Miss Paisley was an 11-week-old doodle that was attacked by
Oh,
a pit bull. She fell into a coma. She was attacked so brutally that the pit bull broke her jaw and fractured her skull in 2
oh my
places.
God.
She right now is learning how to rewalk. She can't hold her head up. She's got impaired vision, but that's okay. She's a sweet,
Oh my
sweet
God.
girl, and we've been tracking her progress. I get to meet her this week for the first time and just, like really confirm that I can give her the home and the therapy and the rehab that she deserves. And if I can, then Matt and I are taking
Oh
her
my
home and
God.
she's
That's
ours.
amazing, Chelsea. I need to see, by the way, you better send me videos of this dog. I want to see pictures when you get her, because that's amazing. And if you ever need a dog sitter, I mean, you and Matt are all over the place. Hello.
I'll fly you down and you can stay at my new house and sit under the
Listen, the
trees with
new home,
Paisley.
I'm down. I'm in an apartment, so I need the space. I'll be there. I could podcast from like the guest room if I had to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm pretty available.
absolutely.
Pretty available,
Yes.
Chels. Um,
Okay. I'll put you on the list of dog sitters. You, my
oh,
sister, and my mom.
that's a good list to be on for Chelsea Green. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty important
I
to
know.
people.
I know.
They're like,
It's
oh, this
great.
random girl that I'm friends with. I'm gonna trust her in my brand new house and with my brand new dog, but it's fine. You can trust me, Chelsea. I'm very trustworthy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know you were.
I know you are.
I am. Thank you so much. I know you've been traveling a lot. You're all over the place. You've been everywhere, and you're crushing it. And I love to see it. People that don't know you, I feel bad for, because you are just like a light of. You're just amazing, and you're a beautiful soul, and you're just always so kind to me. You always have been, and
Thank
that's
you.
why I really do love you as much as I do. And I can't wait to see you in Cleveland, and maybe we can like film some stuff, hang out, do some cool things. Just saying.
Yes. Okay. Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me on. I'm so excited. I'm going to watch your YouTube
Yes.
show. It's going to thrive. You're going to do amazing. 2024, the rest of
I
2024 is
hope
our
so,
year,
man.
Gabby.
I believe you.
Yeah.
If you
It's
say
our
it, I
year.
believe it. I will just do I'll make sure to bring my leopard top to Cleveland and we can match.
Yeah. Please.
Chelsea,
do.
thank you so much again. Enjoy the rodeo. I will look at those pictures on Instagram. And for everyone listening, thank you so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe, like button. There's going to be more content coming. And I love you guys so much. It'll be another episode next week. And we will be at SummerSlam in Cleveland next weekend, which is super, super exciting. My first SummerSlam. And yeah, thank you guys. As always, LYMNB. Love you most, no backs.